people are so willfully ignorant. They live in such a denial. They're very happy living in what we would call the Matrix. I don't understand how there's only just a few of us who know what's happening, who can see the world for what it is, and other people who, I guess, get riddled by it. Like a spell, they get casted by it, by your television. When you select your channel and you get channeled into a vision by what you see. Television is one of the most powerful media propaganda devices ever created. And we know it started with radio, and radio was insanely powerful. If anyone remembers War of the Worlds radio event, scared millions of people into thinking there was an alien invasion when it was really just a broadcaster reading a book, and people were tuning in a little late to find out that it was a book. And so all they heard was that the world was being taken over by aliens. And I mean, the media has always had a hold on people. It never seems to cease. I just walked past so many people who were still wearing masks and still driving with masks on, and it just blows me away here in Oklahoma. But I know we're a lot brighter than people think we are here in the South. They give us such a bad rap. Southern people. One thing I do know is they're lying to us. Our government's lying to us. Our media is lying to us. People are eventually going to see it for what it is. They're going to look around and use their God-given senses. This is not a pandemic. This is an overthrow of government. You guys got to wake up to this. Everything's being taken away very slowly, mind you. We truthers, we people who know, we seek the light, we seek love. We don't want people to get hurt. We hate hearing things like our kids are being hurt. That's an awful thing to have to hear. It's an awful truth to have to unveil. The Bible's not kidding. The hearts of men will fail them. It really will when you all find out what's really going on. There's so much that people refuse to believe. They want to think that their world's some kind of Disney paradise where they live in the land of dreams, essentially. The American dream. You have to be asleep to believe that thing. You've got to be sleeping. You've got to be kidding and joking yourself. That dream has been long past. This country has been long and sold out long ago. Big, rich bankers and CEOs own the country. I mean, America is really good at putting on shows. This is where the magic happens. Hollywood. We put on a grand show. Guys, people have really got to wake up to this Hegelian dialect, problem, reaction, solution. They create a problem. They already have the solution, but you people experiencing it don't know their solution, so you're begging for one. Your country's falling apart, so the government's like, hey, we got a solution for the problem we created. And if you follow our solution, it'll make things better. And they're basically taking advantage of a pandemic and changing everything. They're changing how your students go to school and all the regulations of education, all under the guise of COVID. And COVID really is just a big veil of lies and deceit. I mean, people are waking up to the fact that COVID is just an inflation of numbers and lies. And the real inflation is your economy. If we don't get things rolling, guys, it's going to fall. And at this point, it already seems pretty inevitable because people aren't waking up. And we truthers, we just want to wake those people up. We don't want them to get hit hard. We don't want them to go spiraling down into this world that we've already been experiencing, mind you. Most truthers have been going through this stuff for years, having to accept this stuff and digest it. And other people, it's going to hit them like a thief in the night. I'm not a Christian, but I'm not one that will go against the Bibles and the religions. I know there's wisdom written inside those books. I'm not going to be religious. I'm going to be spiritual, because religion is for children, as spirituality is for adults. I think that this world needs to have a spiritual and intellectual renaissance. We need to just set down all the things that hold us back. We call things like this our social networking, but it's really just a socialist divide and conquer device and media tool. And the young guys, they're just collecting data on us and putting us in their database. I mean, the COVID-19 tests aren't really testing for COVID. They're just taking blood samples and getting you guys stored into a system. Everyone's going to be completely registered. Might as well get little stamps and put them on our ears with numbers. Little barcodes are coming up, guys. Beast system, and nobody can see it. Everyone's so hip to science and hip to new technology that most people might even just reach their arm out and say, go ahead and microchip me. Chip me, like, keep me on wraps for good. 5Gs. Everyone's going to be real stoked. Because I think a lot of them are just going to take it. Because they're going to want that normal life back. They're going to be so tired of this COVID life that they're just going to want anything better. But what do we got to do? Take a vaccine? Oh, I'm in. I want my life back. Those are the kind of people that are wearing masks right now. Those are the ones you can expect to just jump right in. Because they don't really know any better. People are probably going to see this and be like, what are you talking about? I've been government educated. Yeah, that's the problem. You don't know anything. You think you do, but you're just a follower. All you do is try to blend in with those around you who all believe the same thing. All they do is educate us like sheep and cattle to walk and talk and moo the same way, to believe the media lies the same way. Everybody is brainwashed. And until they start to seek the truth, it will never find you. You have to seek truth. You got to do more than just read a book. You've got to research and seek the truth, because there's a lot more than that Bible holds. You have to start digging in things that are dark to also find truth. And that's what we truthers do. We're not afraid to dig into things that sound insane, because usually the things that sound the craziest are the things that are true, like pedophilia in politics, pedophilia in your media, pedophilia in Hollywood. The pedophilia thing goes back for thousands of years. Catholicism kind of rings the bell of all that, doesn't it? Templars, Jesuits. Religion is, religion are the ones that require kids, and Satanism requires sacrifice, and it's always with kids. Sick world we live in. We've got to protect our kids. We've got to destroy these systems that want to harm us, and they're out there everywhere, including Bill Gates. Say no to that guy. He is a nut job. What are you guys doing letting him run? What are you guys doing letting Trump associate with him? You guys must be really desperate to want to think that you can vote your problems away. You can't vote your problems away. This time you're going to have to do something about it. I hope there is still, a masculinity into this country. Remember, it only took 2% of our country to push back the British. 2% of our male population. And I sure hope that 2% is still here. I hope you boys are still out there, freedom fighters, maybe patriots, but I don't stand with Donald Trump, this current country regime that they've got going on. Not this one. I'll stand for the one that we create out of this one, because this is not something I can stand by. I can't be a patriot for a country that does what they do and allows what they do. People should know better than to vote in a country that is this corrupt. What are you thinking? You realize that they've got both powers in their pocket. Republicans and Democrats is the same government, guys. You've got to do something bigger than vote. You've got to stand up. You've got to do something bigger. You can't let these people take us over. I don't want people to feel like they're alone in this truth community, feel like they're alone in spreading the truth, because it really is, it's a lonely path. I've lost all my friends from this. I've lost everybody. But in the end, though, I would never take back anything that I've chosen to do for this knowledge, because this knowledge has freed me from this reality that was tearing me up. Dealing with that fact is pretty tough too. Your reality is not what you thought it was. But I've always felt like I was an old soul. I'm sure a lot of you guys can probably agree with yourselves. The fact that you're awake, the fact that you know that there's something wrong with the world, the fact that you're not, feeding into the lies and giving it power. There's something to us. We're not ordinary people. They may call us anarchists. They may even call us terrorists because we defy them. Always defy those in authority who are corrupt. Don't ever stand with these people. Always defy them. We'll get behind a country. We'll get behind a people. We'll get behind a nation. We'll get behind things that are for the light, for the love, and for God. We're not going to get behind things that are evil. This is True Spreader. I'm out.